everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have not filmed in quite some time because there have been people doing things to our roof. What things are they doing? I don't know. Our landlord has a lovely habit of just not telling us when different maintenance stuff is happening and what that maintenance stuff is. So yeah, for the last several days, people have been on our roof, throwing things off of our roof, making very loud noises on our roof, and I have been unable to film anything. But I think that they are gone now. Fingers crossed. And I wanted to introduce a new reading vlog today. You can, of course, see from the title what we are going to be reading, but a little bit of backstory. Years and years ago, my older sister came home from spending the weekend with a friend, and she pulled me aside and was like, listen, I need you to stay in my room tonight because I watched the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. She had me sleep in her room for an entire month because she was too scared to be alone. My sister's 5 years older than me. She was like a full-on teenager at the time. Like, not like preteen, like she was like, she could drive a car. And every single time I would kind of be like, hey, is it maybe time for me to go back to my room now? She would grab me and be like, listen, that movie was only PG-13 because of how scary it was. There was no bad words, there was no sex scenes, it was just scary. And if you watched that movie, you would understand. And I've never actually seen The Woman in Black. And I honestly didn't have like any real incentive to see The Woman in Black. I don't actually watch movies that often. However, I realized it's a book. And I thought it would be a fun time for the Halloween season to read The Woman in Black and then also watch the movie. I am being a tad bit petty with this because in that same year I went on a deep dive into like the kind of ghost story side of Pinterest because I was really into Pinterest in that phase of my life, and I remember going into my sister's room and being like, I need to sleep here tonight, I'm really scared, and she told me to go to mom and dad's room, and I was so betrayed because I stayed in her room every night for a month after she watched The Woman in Black. Do you want to actually know what this book is about? I should probably tell you. I've just been like throwing out The Woman in Black as if people know what it is. And for all I know, maybe it flopped in the theaters. I don't know. Did it flop? I have no idea. I only heard about it from my sister. But apparently it is a classic ghost story, the chilling tale of a menacing specter haunting a small English town. Arthur Kipps is an up-and-coming London solicitor who was sent to Crythan Gifford, a faraway town in the windswept salt marshes beyond Nine Lives Causeway, to attend the funeral and settle the affairs of a client, Mrs. Alice Drablow of Eel Marsh House. Mrs. Drablow's house stands at the end of the causeway, wreathed in fog and mystery, but Kipps is unaware of the tragic secrets that lie hidden behind its sheltered windows. The routine business trip he anticipated quickly takes a horrifying turn when he finds himself haunted by a series of mysterious sounds and images: a rocking chair in a deserted nursery, the eerie sound of a pony and a trap, a child's scream in the fog, and, most terrifying of all, a ghostly woman dressed in all black. I'm trying to think if there's anything else she like told me about the movie. She told me quite a bit about it. She would like just tell me about scenes from the movie like every night while she was trying to go to sleep, just to kind of like validate the fact that she was making her little sister sleep in her bed. But I haven't retained any of it because I was like half asleep every time she would try to talk to me about The Woman in Black. So I just got off of work like about an hour ago, and I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some dinner, which is mainly, if not wholly, going to consist of broccoli because I bought a bunch of broccoli and I need to use it. But after I get that, I'm probably going to settle in with The Woman in Black and start making some headway on it, and I will check in with you to tell you how scary it actually is. So I'm through the first 2 chapters of The Woman in Black, and so far it's been a lot of just setting the scene. Like, the whole first chapter is literally him just like telling you about Christmas Eve with his family, and then him like ending on saying like, oh, and by the way, I have a ghost story to tell you. So there's a lot of setting the scene so far. Not a whole lot has happened, but I'm not too mad about it just because like so far the writing has been very atmospheric. I doubt a whole lot of like what has already happened is even gonna make it into the movie because, quite frankly, it's not the most exciting to read about, so I don't think it would be exciting enough to watch. I've done my reading for the day, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and do some homework for the rest of the evening. I did not do homework. Instead, I watched BookTube videos and went to Dairy Queen with my roommates. I was definitely feeling the Sunday blues when I got up on Sunday morning, and I ended up hunkering down with lots of homework for most of the day. My biggest project was going through all my annotations for Heart of Darkness and mapping them out for my final paper, which isn't due for quite some time, but my professor is just as much of a planner as I am, and he's been asking us to turn in preparation and planning stuff for it as we go. Please ignore the freshly showered hair. It may not be pretty, but at least it's clean. I ended the day with a nice big bowl of pasta, and I got some much needed cuddles from my roommate's cat Kaladin, so things didn't turn out so bad after all. I felt like really guilty all day yesterday for just like not doing enough, and I kind of felt like, okay, you have no reason to be this tired, but like now I know that my body was just preparing without even knowing how busy it would be. It was just preparing for Monday. I just got back from work and they had a new hire that I had to train, which is always just a lot. There was also another lady who is like new, but she's worked at the store before, so she knew how to do pretty much everything, but she like occasionally would have a question for me, but then she would be really weird about like whenever I would actually help her. Like she didn't want help, but I was like, you're asking for help. Like at one point she like asked me to show her how to do something, and so I started showing her how to do it, and she like grabbed my arm and was like, I didn't ask you to do it, I asked you to show me. I was like, I was showing you. And just in general, maybe it's just with COVID, but very much not used to and not a fan of people just touching me randomly. Like, I don't know you, please don't do that. And yeah, it was a lot. And now I still have to go to class, and I think that in like the hour that I have in between work and class, I'm gonna just sit in my reading chair and do some reading, maybe have a nice cup of tea or something. Just something to calm the nerves, to chill out, because yeah, not a fantastic shift. 0 out of 10. Even though mentally I was feeling kind of rocky, the rest of the day and the following Tuesday consisted of me valiantly grabbing my education by the throat. I showed up for class, I suffered through some Henry David Thoreau, and I got lunch, which was Subway. Through a deadly combination of COVID and labor shortages, Subway is one of the only options for food on campus. Unsure how many spicy Italians I will be able to consume before I die. I did get a free seasonal cookie though. It was no raspberry cheesecake, but it was still yummy. I got in a little bit of reading in between classes and grabbed some Starbucks. It wasn't very good, so it was mainly useful as company during the midday fire drill no one went far from the building for. Alright, so I'm in my living room, about to have a little academic moment. I've got like 3 different homework assignments that I need to finish tonight, and I have not really been updating or filming like anything today because I went to work, then I went to class, and now I'm here. It's just kind of been the same old, but just like with an added sprinkle of stress because I have a lot to do. There's no reason for you to believe me until like I film my October reading wrap up, but like I was reading a lot. But then like the second I picked up the camera to start vlogging, reading 100% took the back seat, and then life just like came in swinging, and I just have so much to do. But I'm going to just have a really good like hour and a half, and we're going to see how far we can get with those assignments. I think that I can probably finish 2 of them, and then maybe we can have, got an email from Francesca's. I don't even know why I still get emails. I bought like a single top from them once, but after that, hopefully I can like take the evening to do some good quality reading. I'm like basically done. I've got like 20 pages left, and the main character keeps like talking about leaving because he has been considering leaving this like creepy house with the woman in black for like the entire book. Pretty much every ghost story has that arc where the main character just has to have like the whole little like crisis over, should I stay, should I go, what should I do, and like he's been having it. And like every single time he goes through this little like moral dilemma about whether he should stay or go, he always does this like, you might think I'm a coward, you might think I'm this. I'm just like, nobody reading this thinks you are a coward, my man. Like, everybody is ready for you to get out of this house, like, literally everyone. I'm very, like, interested to know, like, if the movie is adding things to this, because, like, honestly, not that much happens. And, like, I think you can still base a movie off of it. There are a lot of elements that, like, when I imagine it in the form of a movie, are absolutely terrifying. In the form of the book, they are spooky, but, like, it's not that bad. I am now, like, anticipating this movie to be, like, pretty scary. I think it's going to do a really good job at creating, like, a really creepy atmosphere that you just kind of, like, can't shake, which to me is, like, the scariest thing a movie can do. Like, I do not want to be thinking about the movie after the fact if it's a scary movie. And, like, I feel like that's probably going to end up happening. But also, like, not a lot happens. The whole thing feels pretty low stakes, not gonna lie. I'll be interested to see how they're able to kind of zhuzh it up a bit to make it into, like, a movie where, like, things happen and there are stakes and, like, all of that. Because right now I'm not really seeing how they can adapt this book perfectly and have it not be, like, kind of disappointing. But I still have 20 pages to go, so we'll see. Okay. They raised the stakes. And now they're pretty high. With only, like, 10 pages to go. They're pretty high. I did it. I finished it. I really, really wish that this book had, like, packed more of a punch in the beginning and, like, throughout, because that ending was a lot. And, like, I really liked the ending. I mean, it hurt. Emotionally, it hurt. I told you they raised the stakes in, like, the last 10 pages. I don't really think I could have, like, done this vlog without spoiling the book, so, like, I'll go ahead and do it. Every time you see the woman in black, without telling you, like, her backstory and all that, every time you see her, a child dies, which, like, once again, we find this out with, like, 10 pages to go. The whole book, it's just kind of like, okay, she's around, she's spooky, that seems to be the extent of it. But no, a kid dies, which, like, yikes. Like that's pretty high stakes. Okay, I get it now. The main guy, he hears all of this and decides to have a kid, which, dude, come on. You knew he was gonna die, but, like, it's still, it still packed a punch. Like, ouch. They killed his kid. Like, dang. Okay. Yeah, I really, really wish that this had been more engaging, like, throughout, because, like, honestly, it's kind of just, like, your classic ghost story, and, like, it's not that engaging. Like, it is atmospheric, but, like, it feels very much like story you would tell on, like, a spooky, stormy night, but, like, you could tell it in, like, 5 minutes versus, like, however long it takes you to read, like, 164 pages. So, like, it's a short book, but part of me feels like it's not short enough. Like, it should have just been, like, a straight up novella, and then it could have, like, packed more of a punch. But at the same time, like, it is atmospheric. It is fine. So, like, I'll give it 3 stars. I just really wish that, like, the ending, like, that energy had been around for more of it. I don't have a whole ton of faith in this movie being super, like, accurate to the book, because I think that they're gonna need to throw in some things to, like, spice it up a little bit, and that worries me, because if I, like, were to know everything that happened in it, that would be fine, but I'm definitely not gonna know everything that's gonna happen in it, because, like, there's no way they're just gonna, like, do exactly what's in the book and not add anything to it, because, like, it needs a little something. Alright, little update. The last time I saw you was right after I finished The Woman in Black. I actually read another book that night. I read this. I didn't like it. More on that in my October reading wrap-up. After that, went to bed, got up, went to school, came back, and I stopped at the AM/PM on the way home to pick up some movie snacks. We've got some Reese's dipped pretzels. Have not tried these yet, but they didn't have any Junior Mints. We needed the chocolate element, and I thought this would fit the bill. Got some Sour Bright eggs from Trolley, love these dudes, and some Lay's barbecue chips. If you think this is an excessive amount of snacks, I actually need to go and pick up one of my other roommates from the airport after we finish watching, and it's, like, going to be a 4-hour round trip, so these snacks are actually doubling as movie and road trip snacks, and by those standards, I think it's actually kind of a meager amount. Here with me for the viewing of The Woman in Black is my roommate, Carrie. I need her here because even if Madeline is wrong and it's not even that scary, I'm a baby with any and all scary movies, and we have a good time watching scary movies together, and we haven't actually watched one, I think, since last Halloween. So
I'm excited.
yeah, it's been a minute.
fun.
We got some vegetarian chicken nuggets in the oven.
And some Sprite.
She's got some Sprite. And we're ready to be scared. We are here.
What was it gonna be in the bathtub?
What is it?
The hand that was on the window.
I don't know, that wasn't in the book. Guess we're
Apparently.
fine. Thank goodness Spider's here.
I know. Love Spider. It's
Do
kinda
we
fun.
have a location on Spider?
Yeah, please watch Spider. Spider's the one that matters here.
Where is Spider?
Please, eyes on Spider.
Spider will protect. Oh, one of these dudes.
Those are fun.
Oh.
Oh.
Not a fan.
Oh.
I
didn't like that. That was scary.
Oh, that was mean. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
That was not in the book. Hey.
You have risen.
We have indeed. Oh.
Oh, I don't like that. Is this...
Oh, dude, don't touch it.
Why
no.
would you touch
No.
it?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, why did he do that? Dude,
What is...
did you
what?
know you could look out the window to see who's
I
there?
know. Oh, don't open the door.
No, now they're
that
inside.
was dumb. You just let him in.
Oh, God.
Don't go
No,
outside.
no.
What are we doing?
Oh. Oh.
There's a whole...
Oh, my.
A whole gathering.
Let's get that door closed real quick.
Let's go ahead and on in. That's enough for one night.
Okay. Well, some of them definitely made it into the house.
I mean, we had the
You-
door open
you had
for a
the
long
door-
time.
Gaping wide open.
You shouldn't have done that.
Wait. Yeah,
What were you
Uh-huh.
expecting? Bloody footprints from the door? Yeah.
I think it's mud, because it's the drowned one.
that would make sense.
We have a location on
Wait,
Spider.
there's the music. Music box, creepy vibes.
That wasn't in the books either. Right, Rose, any comments you make will be broadcasted to about 30 people.
Speak carefully.
Oh, she's gonna be in there. She's gonna reach out and grab him.
Oh, she's right.
About the boy!
Oh, ew. We had time for a shower?
Oh, look, we did have clean clothes. I'm happy for him. Can't hear you.
Here's
There's
the thing.
sounds jingling.
Like, we know that the woman in black is, like, insane.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why we're using such a logical approach to fixing this. I think we just gotta get out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there she is. Hi!
Did you see your child?
It's kind of anticlimactic.
She came and she yelled and she left. Here, so we have some unresolved
It seems
anger.
like that's all that ghosts ever seem to do.
Mm-hmm. Run, my man. It was so breathy.
What accent was that?
Don't worry about it.
She looked at me again, so now that's 2 kids gone.
I know.
Nope, 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 nope.
Could have seen that one coming. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, he's so dapper too.
I know.
It's too bad he has to get hit by a train.
Oh. What? What?
What?
No.
Did he not survive in the book?
None of this happened in the book.
Oh my god. How did the book end? They're gonna hit by
It would
another
take me a
one.
long
Oh
time.
wait,
to
please
they're,
don't
they're
get
dead.
hit by another one.
They're
Yeah,
dead.
they're definitely
They're 100%
dead.
dead.
They're ghosts.
They're ghosts. Oh, and so now he can be a dad to all the
This is
dead
the second
children.
movie in which he's come back as kind of a ghost at a train station. Wait, so how did the book end?
Well, not like this. It was very different.
I think there's a
Because for
second
starters,
one.
wait, a second.
movie.
Of this?
She kind of smiling.
How
I feel like
could
I've
how could they do a sequel? Okay, I know how to do it. Because she looks at you, and so now
Now your child's gonna die.
all of
Carrie.
our kids are gonna die.
Paladin is gonna die.
All right, so that's a wrap on that. Okay, so now we have 3 people in the picture. You may
Hello.
have heard some of her commentary. This is my other roommate, Rose. And none of them know how the book actually ended, because it's very different from the movie. So now I get to fill them in, and they can tell me which one they think is better. So, in the book, he doesn't have a son until the very end. So, so
Changes things.
the way the book goes, Arthur, main man, Daniel Radcliffe, gets assigned the job to go to the house, go through Alice Drablow's papers. In the beginning, he doesn't have a wife, but he's engaged. They don't have a kid yet. Notable changes, we don't see any kids die. We only find out that kids have been dying at the very, very end. Like, that's when they're when they are
What
like...
is the rest of the book about?
Honestly, good question. He goes to the house, like, all of the locals are kind of just, like, not telling him about the house. He's getting bad vibes for them, but none of them, like, tell him. In the movie, they're all like, you need to leave, because they know he's gonna go see the woman in black and then kids are gonna die. In the book, they don't really try to get him to leave. They're just kind of like, I wouldn't go to that house. And he's like, why not? And they're like, I just won't say. So there's a lot of that going on. Scenes that they changed that I, like, wish they had kept in, because they were actually, like, decent. There's a scene where he goes to Miss Drablow's funeral, and the woman in black is actually, like, sitting there at the funeral. But at the time, he does not know she's a ghost. He just looks at her and he's like, oh, she doesn't look good. Is she sick? That scene, they cut. They also, I told you that there was a death scare with Spider. That they
Yeah.
totally cut out.
I feel like we lost track of Spider. partway
No,
through the
Spider
movie.
was not nearly as important in the movie. She was very important in the book.
Like I didn't just only watch the last 10 minutes.
Rose has only just joined us, so she's rather confused. Spider is a dog that
Okay,
I don't think
sorry,
ever
I was like, what?
met.
Yeah, Spider just
Spider's
like,
a wonderful animal.
Through the movie.
We're partway through the dog. Sometimes you get lost in yourself.
Yep. Exactly.
No, at one point, Arthur is outside, and somebody whistles, and the dog goes running, but, like, there's no one there, and the dog gets stuck in the mud, and so he, like, runs to get the dog, and he, like, can't go far enough out because, like, he's getting stuck, so he just kind of has her by the neck, and he's, like, trying to get her out. It's very intense. He does get her out, it's fine, but, like, after a while, he just, like, lays in the mud sobbing for a bit. And I like that scene. It was impactful. It was
I feel like I've done that
relatable.
for no reason.
Even if you didn't just nearly save a dog
Yeah.
from dying, sometimes you just need to
You
cry in the
sob
mud.
in the mud.
Yeah,
pretty
so, I wish they had kept that scene in. Other than that, you know, and the way that it ended, within, like, the last 10 pages, Sam Daly, at the very last minute, is like, yeah, here's the thing with the woman in black. Every time you see her, a kid dies. So it's not great that you keep seeing her, because the kid's definitely gonna die. And he's like, okay, well, that's fantastic. Well, I'm gonna go try and live my life now. And so he gets married to Stella. They have a boy, like, Joseph. You met him.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, him and his wife, they are at, like, a little, like, fair thing, and they decide to take a little, like, carriage ride on a pony. And then they come around the corner, and the woman in black, like, darts out from the crowd, and it scares the horse, and then they both die.
But is the mom not dead in the book at all?
And not until the end.
Wait, so when you say both of them, is it...
It's the mom and the son. Yeah, by the way, Arthur never dies.
Oh, okay.
He's, like, telling the
see.
story as an old man.
I feel
Oh,
like
interesting.
him dying in the movie makes it kind of like a happy ending, because he's like reunited with
Kind of,
his
yeah.
family.
It is kind of a
Yeah.
happy ending.
It's like a shortcut to getting reunited with your dead wife.
Yeah, I mean...
Exactly.
So did you find out if there's a second one?
I think there's...
Apparently there's a second one. I don't know what else they can do with the concept. I guess she'll kill more kids.
I mean, yeah, what else
She
is
said
gonna
she
do?
would never forgive.
She might. The second movie is her going to
Yeah,
therapy.
The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death.
Oh my
I think there's a
gosh, there's
crackle
another one.
Yeah.
What did this get on Rotten
Oh, to
Tomatoes?
go.
Oh, yeah,
We have to go.
It's 56.
We have to go and get our other roommate from the airport.
This is what the cover of it looks like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
So,
Anyway,
which is next?
sure, we'll give it a shot. Maybe this
Spooky.
vlog still isn't over. Maybe we're watching another one right when we get home.
Oh my god.
No. I have a
It will
work
be
in the
past
morning.
midnight. All right, let's go get our other roommate from
Bye.
the airport. So, final thoughts on The Women in Black in both forms. They're both okay. I definitely think that the movie is better, unfortunately. That doesn't happen too terribly often, but I think that in, like, the time between the 80s and, like, 2011 when this movie came out, if that is, in fact, when it came out, I think that's when it came out. In that time, the creative team that was behind the Women in Black projects were able to kind of see some of the ways in which the book could be improved upon, which I think is great. There are certainly scenes that were left out from the book that I feel like would have been really impactful in the movie. Not really sure why they didn't make it into the movie, especially the scene with Spider getting stuck in the mud. I thought that was like a really big deal in the book, and it didn't happen in the movie. Just in general, I feel like the relationship between the dog and Daniel Radcliffe's character was just like non-existent in comparison to the book, which makes me wonder, does maybe Daniel Radcliffe not like dogs? Was that like what was happening there? Picking up my roommate from the airport took about 4 hours, and it was pouring rain the whole time. So when I got home, I was really, really tired, and I was kind of thinking, there's no way that this movie is going to keep me awake. And I unfortunately was awake, not because I was scared of the movie, but just because even after 4 hours of driving in like midnight in the rain, my brain was like, I don't think sleeping is that appealing right now, so I didn't sleep. I do have like a black coat that is like hanging in my room, and at one point in the night I turned over in bed and saw the black coat hanging there and was like, wait a minute, I think that might be her. But it was a very short-lived moment of fear, and honestly, I've been fine. I don't think it's that scary. I think that a lot of the scary stuff that happened in it was very scary for that time. However, the show Haunting of Hill House, which I love, has done a lot of the same stuff. A lot of like there's a hidden ghost in the frame, maybe you'll see it move, maybe you won't, that sort of thing, which I think was really terrifying in The Woman in Black when it first came out. Now I feel like we've seen it enough times to where it's not that scary anymore, and honestly, I did find The Haunting of Hill House quite a bit scarier. But overall, I think that it did do a very good job. It really was trying to be creepy, and like, it did that. I will say, both the movie and the book, even though the movie did try to like help with this, both of them do kind of fail to address a pretty crucial thing, which is just like, why in the world are they letting Arthur go to this house? Like, once again, in the movie, there were people that were trying to get him to not go to the house, but I feel like it still was just not quite enough, because it's like, if you know that seeing the Woman in Black means that a kid is gonna die, like, why in the world are you not doing everything to prevent this guy from going there? If the situation was that dire and I had kids, I'd be like, all right, guys, let's kill him. Like, I mean, if he's not gonna listen to us, let's just, you know, like, it's either him or the kids, and like, I'm gonna stick by the kids. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I really enjoyed making it. I kind of forgot how fun it was to watch an adaptation of a book. It was nice being like the all-knowing person while watching and being like, I know what happens in this scene, even though a lot of things ended up changing so that nothing that I thought was gonna happen ended up happening, but it was fine. I still had a good time being able to like kind of know what was going on, whereas everybody else that was watching didn't know what was going on. It was kind of a power trip. The next video that I'll probably see you for will be the October reading wrap up. This is the month of October, and I'll give like a second final review of this book there, and yeah, that'll be up in November-ish. I'm hoping to post this on like Halloween-ish. We'll see if that ends up happening. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.